even after you pay the bill, they tell you to hurry up and come on. I got things to do. Hold tight, hold tight, sir.
Hey, Coach.
Top Gun said, let me read the super chat.
Go
Top
ahead,
Gun said, who heard this? It's Top Gun.
No, ain't nobody heard me, Top Gun.
He said, who heard this dude?
I'm a strong old man, Top Gun.
And James Turner said, hello, coach, hello to the chat. All I can say when you don't know what you do.
Okay, salute to you, brother James.
Right? That's a deal, right?
All right. But listen, sir, as a man, I appreciate you, Papa Dude, man. I'm about to get off, man, and I check this game out, man.
Salute to Brother James and salute to that brother. What I'm saying is, what it is it's a lack of pimping, though, man. See, a real P in America have his bitch together, so she gonna serve you right. But
I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what.
The link has been dropped. You guys can pop in and talk about your story with being a blue-collar man. I wanted to dedicate this show to the blue-collar man because I at one point was a blue-collar man myself. And so I got my man, Sir XM. How you doing, brother? What's going on? Unmute yourself. How you doing, sir?
can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can hear you, brother.
All right.
Go ahead.
It's Sir-ism.
Sir-ism. Got you.
Yes, sir. Brother kosher clinician.
As you know, that's the problem with Pookie Mac. You know, Pookie Mac wanted me to get his name right. And Pookie Mac called me Sir Kosher Clinician. That's a good one. Clinician, like the commissioners. That's what Sir Pookie Mac called me. He called me Sir. Shout out to Pookie Mac, man. Pookie Mac called me Sir Kosher Clinician. But see, guys, this show is more or less talking about the projection that I feel from a clinical perspective some guys have on educated men. I think it's a byproduct of projecting their own insecurities. You know, I don't got nothing against Sir Pookie, you know. He's a funny dude. But I had to block him because, you know, he kept being goofy, man. You know, you can disagree with somebody, man, but you don't have to keep going back and forth, coming in the chat or coming on the line, speaking your mouth. I don't go on other folks' platforms running my mouth. I respect their position. Keep it moving. But Sir Pookie obviously don't respect boundaries. And I had to throw him under the bridge. You know, we get rid of trolls, we throw them back under the bridge where they belong. But anyway, Sir Pookie, a funny dude, man. I don't agree with his perspective. His mouth can get a little slick. But enjoy it, guys. Is Sir Pookie projecting because he's 6'5"? Does he have the animus towards tall men? And many times it's just this underlying issues with insecurity and overcompensation. You guys tell me what y'all think. Hold tight, because Sir Pookie ain't saying nothing at all. But hold on.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
I know you got your psychoanalytical thing together, right? You're a clinical psychologist. My son is going to school for that right now. But
I'm a therapist. Not a psychologist.
Exactly. I feel I'm a therapist too.
Mm-hmm.
See, a lot of brothers have their analytics, their credit score, their degrees. They 6'2". They went to this college. But they don't have no manalytics. See, this is where they lose at, brother. They don't have no swagger, no style, no vibe. See, you got a style. You got your hat on. See, that might have developed over the years. Because I've seen some pictures of you. When you were in college, you was kind of, I ain't going to say corny, but more stately. Now, you putting some swag on your thing. See, this is what a lot of brothers from your side of the fence hate on the quote-unquote, like my dudes back there, the Pookie and the Ray Ray. See, the Pookie and the Ray Ray, he don't got his analytics, his credit score. You know what I'm saying? His social media rating.
Well, let me say this, brother. I've always had swag. I mean, So I mean, back then or whatever, I've always had it. I stand firm in mine. 6'5", 6'6", Chris Mouthpiece, no doubt. I've always had it. I'm not only stately, but I'm clean. So I don't know what picture you saw about me looking indifferent, but my swag is impeccable. And so I just never tolerated dusty females.
That's that
yes,
shit I like
right.
right there.
Right.
See, you let me talk my shit, but you came back with yours.
Oh, no doubt. I'm a Leo, man.
Guys, quote unquote, passport bros. All of the black women ain't no good. All of this, all of that. They don't have no analytics, man. They didn't have no grandfather. See, grandfather didn't have degrees, but he had swag. He knew how to get money. He knew how to stack. He knew how to save for a rainy day. He knew how to be a man when it come to that bedroom. See, a lot of these guys, when it come to that bedroom, y'all talk about Kevin Samuels with the high value, but y'all brothers don't have no high value hockey stick. If you're going to have a black woman, you're going to have you a high value hockey stick if you want Cardi B, like a lot of these young dudes do. They don't want to get them a 5 and settle down and get a woman with some kind of godly presence that's going to raise your children closer. They want to get Cardi B, and Cardi B don't want them.
Right, I agree with that. I think women want Captain America too, like Lizzo. So yeah.
But a lot of these brothers, they don't understand. See, if you kind of like a corporate guy, you might want to get you a snow bunny. See, because within our race, we have our own inbred racism. I'm a lighter brother. The dark-skinned women, I say hi, they give me their mother maiden name, social security number, everything. See, you a darker brother, the light-skinned women jump to you. See, they don't use that. But if you get another nationality, as long as you a black man, it's cool.
Right.
That's why they want to run to Colombia, but them are just high-priced prostitutes. So don't y'all ever be putting Goldie the Mac on y'all cover, man. Goldie the Mac was a Mac. He had 4 or 5 women and controlling them. Now, if you a blue-collar dude.
And once again, guys, people always project out of ignorance. Many times, they don't know what they're talking about. They project out of ignorance, or they project their own insecurities altogether. And sadly, this is what Pookie Mac is doing. Guys, get these likes up for me, man. If you have not donated to the channel, donate to the channel, guys. I will not be around. I got to go for a procedure on tomorrow. So I need you guys to pray for me. I hope everything is copacetic. But guys, pray for me on tomorrow. I got a procedure to take care of. Hopefully things will go well. But Pookie Mac, guys, it's a problem, sadly, many times. And in our formative years, we go through a lot of issues with unresolved mental health issues. And I'm not saying this guy's dealing with any mental health issues, but he is 5'5". He might have a Napoleon complex. And so in order to make himself feel good, sometimes they will minimize who you are to magnify who they are. And that's a thinking error. But Pookie Mac is funny, to say the least. You guys tell me what y'all think. Hold tight.
You can't be a Mac. You not Goldie. You just a blue-collar dude that can get a couple of women. Don't be disrespecting, because I'm from Oakland. I'm from the Bay. Don't ever disrespect Goldie the Mac. He had 4 women. He was controlling women. These dudes can't control one woman. They Red Pill, Lexington Steel, they MGTOW Mandingo, they all this stuff, and they can't even.
And once again, guys, it's the assumption or the presumption that men can't control their women. They don't know these men. I get amazed, guys, at many times the vitriol and the animus that so many people have for this male space. And I don't know if I'm man in the manosphere or not. I think I am. I think I was inserted by default. But I came into this space to empower men, to help them eradicate thinking errors, to help men see that they do have inherent value and worth, because as a licensed professional therapist and seeing the struggles and hearing stories of so many men, it just gives more credence to what men are going through and dealing with. But many times, guys like Pookie Mac will try to minimize the struggles of men and try to assume that we don't have any inherent value, that we're just socially awkward. And that in itself, guys, is a misnomer. Hold tight.
You get one woman.
But I think that's a myth, man. I think it's a myth also about all the women in Colombia being prostitutes. That's a myth. Are some? Sure. But to castigate all the women as prostitute, that's a misnomer. Because hold up, because if you want to say that, then most women in America are prostitutes.
Thank you.
They're acculturated prostitute. So I don't get your point.
If they didn't make
Say it again?
a lot of these guys' wives are prostitutes. If they didn't make a certain amount of money, if they didn't come up and gave them their card and say, hey, I'm a lawyer, hey, I'm a this, I'm a that, the woman wouldn't even deal with them.
I agree with that.
Yeah, so a lot of these guys' wives, they don't even know, they ain't vet they woman. In the Army, you got to go through private training, corporal, lieutenant, sergeant. This is what y'all need to do with y'all women, because you let a woman in too soon and you come in tricking. So once you come in tricking, now you got to buy the woman. She really didn't even like you. But a lot of dudes get women for a photo op.
And Pookie Mac says some of you guys don't have any manalytics. Y'all just got analytics. You know, shout out to Pookie Mac, because some of the things he said make sense. But a lot of it's overgeneralization. It's obvious over the times he was trolling on my channel. Sometimes you got to let things ride, man. You know, you spoke your point. I showed you love and grace. And if you guys are seeing this show, I did show Pookie Mac love and grace. But, you know, he kept coming in streams, calling folks lames. Y'all ain't got game. And that's when you're crossing the boundary, brother. You don't come on other people's platforms, bumping your gums. You can disagree, but I don't do that because that's rude. And Pookie Mac, you're not showing your manalytics. So keep listening, guys.
Women don't even love them, man. And then they come back and now they red pill. Oh, I'm red pill. No, you picked the wrong broad first. Now you got some manhood about you, and now you want to go overseas or do this. Stop tricking when you young. Tricking is like an old man game. Young guys shouldn't be tricking, man. Stop paying for the woman. Make that woman invest. If she don't invest, then you must digress.
GCLA said you're a hood psychologist, man.
Exactly. Now, hey, I never went to college. My son going to college, and he doing like you, Closer. He went to Grambling, and now he's going to St. Mary's. He's getting his master's degree. Because, see, I got manalytics. This is why I'm trying to balance the game with these brothers. Because, see, you got the analytics. Your credit score, all of that, the college you went to, and all that, Harvard. They want to listen to them brothers, but they don't want to listen to the hood psychologists. And this is what y'all missing if you want Cardi B or Meg Thee Stallion. Or get you.
I personally won't want Cardi B or Meg Thee Stallion.
These younger guys, Kosher, this is what they want. They want to stop these bras from being whores and make them housewives. Kosher, come on. I ain't never went to a club and gave a woman a dime. I can't spend no money on no woman. I've been watching you from afar. I had my time to finally get up here, man. I'm going to just do my dance right now. Go ahead, Coach.
You're right, man.
And guys, this is what these guys do. They watch you from afar, man. You know, they study you. Some know what you're saying is good. Some like you. Some don't like you. There are people that come in my streams many times. They won't support the stream. Some of them just come out of curiosity. Some come out of hate to study you and your techniques. But you can never replicate a lion, man. I don't care how many times you try. I'm very sharp. And then some come just to cause discord, man. And you know, I got to give Pookie Mac credit. He is a funny dude, man. But Pookie Mac came with an agenda, man. You know, and I don't like it when people are passive aggressive. You know, I let this dude rock. But don't castigate aspersions to other men until you have a conversation. And that's why I didn't boot them off, because I strive to have a conversation with people and see where they're coming from. And even though Pookie Mac was funny, Pookie Mac was projecting and more or less talking about his own biases. Hold tight.
Hey, you respectful. I was supposed to come on and challenge you, man. Y'all challenge my man.
Hey, Coach, they can't challenge
Sir
me.
Ism.
They can't challenge Sir Ism. I'm Uncle Ism with the wisdom. And then you got to say it. Ism. See, I don't got all the subscribers in the space. See, these brothers know me, man. They can't challenge me because they know what I'm talking about. Because your head was in the books. See, so you didn't have your social thing together, and now they got this thing called social media. Are you kidding? So a hoe can just be a hoe. But see, a lot of you guys don't have no pimp bone. You don't have no player partner. See, I could tell you in 10 minutes when I meet your woman, you gotta let a hoe be a hoe. She don't love you. She love you because what you can do for her. She love you because you're a photo op. See, you dudes want a 10, a dime, a 10. But see, pretty is what pretty does. A 10 is a woman that attends to your business. Now that's a pretty bitch.
Okay, brother Allen, what would you say, brother Sir? Is
Brother Allen already coming in. He married, so he out the game. He done settled his Mac hand down. Brother Allen, you married, man. I already know about you, man. Damn, Allen. You married, man. So you used to be in the game, and you want to challenge me as a player, but you can't because you married, man, with 2 kids. You threw your Mac card away. Go ahead, Brother Allen. You got the floor.
You were very
Right on, Allen. Right on, Allen.
All right. So long story short, forgive me for that. Go with Wi-Fi's fast.
it's an echo, man.
Okay.
Y'all guys can change the thing. It's an echo.
Wi-Fi's trash. But
let me try it out.
If you got to close YouTube. Close YouTube.
It might have was me, brother. There we go.
All right.
Quit.
It's Belly. There you go. Good job.
Go ahead, brother Allen. I was talking my crap. Go ahead, brother.
No, I was just saying, brother, you're very entertaining. Yeah. Wi-Fi's trash. We're traveling. We're in the process of doing some things, and sir, we have moved a little bit closer to you, brother Kosher.
Right.
Out here, propping up a whole nother business. But as far as being married, yeah, I hear you, but
no, you didn't. You didn't hear me. Answer the question now, counselor. Are you married? I can see your teeth. I didn't see your teeth earlier. See, this man analytics. See, I don't got degrees and stuff, and I can see if you pass the test. I just can know your man analytics. I'm watching your movements.
Right.
You married?
So I'm married under Muslim law, not a contract by American law.
Kosher.
Yeah.
Kosher. What did I tell you? And now you're talking about the Muslim. Alhamdulillah, Bismillah, Rahim, Rahim, brother.
Very entertaining. Very entertaining. As far as man analytics, see, the credit part is because you seem to have misconstrued or missed. When you come.
Hey guys, don't Pookie Mac look like that line off the Wizard of Oz? Pookie Mac said, "I gotta have courage." Don't it look like the line off the Wizard of Oz? But this is funny, guys. You know, part of being in therapy is having fun, and I do some of these shows even to my critics and detractors to help you guys see some of the thinking errors, but also to add a level of humor to some of the foolishness that some of these content creators are doing. But hold tight, guys.
Come from the hood or rural conditions or austere conditions, whatever you use to put it together to make it work. Sometimes you got to mix it to fix it. Other times you got to, take a whole nother route. But the way you talking, it almost sounds like you a pimp, but you're giving me Mac vibes, good sir.
Right.
Mac vibes.
Well, the name of my show is The Macosphere. Brother X gave me that proper thought. He said, man, you need to be the Macosphere. So I'm glad that I'm exuding the vibes that you see me exuding.
Right.
Appreciate it.
Right. Again, entertainment. But I'm sorry, I love you, brother, dearly, but we don't need more entertainment. We need more intellectuals out here.
Right.
I watched the show last night that you produced, good sir, and that was on point. That's what we need. That's what will get our community back, not entertainment.
Man, hey, brother, thank you. I appreciate that in the kindest way, brother. I'm glad that you watched and even said something because I didn't see you in my chat, but you did watch from afar. I appreciate that. But if you notice, some of the best comedians, Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, even O'Neal, brother, they comedians. That's what I come with. I can't help it. That's me. But a lot of stuff they say is true, and a lot of these dudes be fake, but I'm real. But I didn't know this woman was gonna call. I'm just one second. How you doing, baby?
A lot of truth is said in jest, but just give the truth. I'm not trying to be funny.
And guys, a lot of times these so-called Macs, especially some of the ones in the city, West Coast or East Coast, many times they prey on vulnerable women. They prey on women that have low self-esteem.
They even prey on ignorant men with low self-esteem, but they sell you so-called pimp game. And I don't know all the art of pimping. I don't care about it. But they themselves have deficits. Some of them have undiagnosed mental illnesses. Some of them have struggles of their own past. And many times because therapy is minimizing the black community, we don't talk about it. But this conversation is interesting enough, to say the least. Hold tight.
But I was actually referring to Kosher, good brother.
So the whole epigenesis of this conversation, is talking about how blue collar men are pariahs. Alan, you're a blue collar brother, make big money, and I'm still laughing at Surrealism. Surrealism said he was looking at my pictures. I've always had swag, bro.
That's my thing.
The only difference between me is that I just didn't sell it for low life women. The stuff that men sell it for now ran through kids by other men. I didn't even look at them. I've always had a stately swag. Even when I was in church or doing whatever, I've always had a style about myself. And the thing, that I see, brothers, is that, a lot of times what I had in my 20s, they did like me, but they didn't like me because they said I was too scholarly or too erudite. But I've always had a style about myself. So I'm a Leo. So you know about Leos. Leos are kind, but we got fire. We got that fire for your mind. And we will lace you with that hot fire if you get out of line. So I've always been that way. I don't give a damn who it is. It's not a man on this planet, when I apply myself, that can see me. I stand firm on that. And I can debate with the best of them. But we're the critical nexus here in America when it comes down to men getting their needs met. I noticed you talked about the passport bros, and and you said that they dealing with whores and all this goofy stuff. Well, listen, hold tight. Let me finish. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you rock. I promise you. No, but you did say it. That's what you said, and you do what a lot of folks do. You make false assumptions that the only reason why men travel is because they can't get quality women or they lames and all that stuff, and that's not true. Are there some awkward men that travel? Yes, but we overgeneralize and castigate those men and just say, oh, they're getting whores, or they need to keep Mac game. Why would men use Mac game for the typical modern woman? Just ran through and cares about multiple men. They add no value to your life. Now, are foreign women, do they got messed with? Some of them foreign women whores? Yes, it just depends on what dictionaries you go into. But women on the countryside, by and large, a lot of them are quality women. They traditional, and they were raised right. So you got good and bad informed women, but I would say by and large, most women in the West, white or black, they got a lot of issues, man. And, to get cooperation and submission, and maybe your Mac game is crisp and they fall in line.
And that's what people don't understand, guys. They don't understand that traditional men that have values and standards, they don't want to settle for or minimize their shine for women that don't know and understand the importance of masculinity. Masculine men are looking for cooperative women, for the most part, that are traditional, women that are willing to follow the mission of masculinity and understand that she would be greatly rewarded if she does that. But because so many men are raised in homes where they don't have strong masculine fathers to teach them standards and principles, they not only over-identify with so many women, but they give them too much because they don't demand anything in return. My mission is to teach men that have done the work, not these lames, not these guys that are abusive to women, the ones that try to manipulate women. But I'm talking about the hard-working, white-collar, blue-collar, educated brothers that put in the work, and they need to start demanding more and having standards like our ancestors did years ago. Do I think it's going to happen this lifetime? No. But it's good and important to have the conversation. And it just burns me up where people always make false assumptions about guys that travel or they don't have game or they don't know this and that. And I think it is the verification of truth and projection of their own ignorance, to say the least. But hold tight, guys.
So I ain't mad at you. If you got them, and you can get them to cooperate, more power to you. But educated men like myself, I ain't got time for that goofy shit, man. Still trying to, use game and all that goofy shit. I mean, I'm just gonna be direct and to the point. My accolades speak for itself. If I was a single man in the game, I'm 6'5", 6'6". I got the voice of Zeus, highly educated, good credit. I can debate with the best of them, even the hood scholars or Machiavellians or whatever. They don't impress me. I used to work in prison. You know, inmates didn't like me, but they respected me. They used to call me Mr. Bojangles because they said I can't get away with stuff. So I always tell people don't ever get it twisted. Don't let my degrees and my accolades think I'm a cupcake. I'm soft and they can play. Won't work, bro. I can be as kind as a kitten, or I can be as hot as a lion. I just tell you, which one do you want? Because like I said, they don't want the smoke. I used to tell them, if I don't get you from the hip, I get you with the clip. And you don't want the clip. So that's our role, man. I'm one of the coolest people in the world. But all this disdain for men that are traveling, I said, where was the disdain, Brother Sir Isms, when black women were going to Negril, Jamaica, when they were going to different parts of the world, getting their groove back? We don't say nothing to the white boys when they go and travel. We don't say nothing to the white men. But as soon as black men say they want to travel, live their life on their own terms, then you got PUAs, a relationship coach, and I'm not saying you because I don't really know, or even sometimes the Macs saying you just need to get your Mac game up. And you basically a sucker for travel. And I think that's foolish because every brother that travel is not a lame or weak. There's a lot of brothers that are professional. They got money. They're well learned, and they travel for the quality of the experience. But go ahead, Sir Ism. Go ahead, brother.
I hear you, brother. That sounds good. But I gave you that compliment already. I said you are a very stately brother, and I know that you 6'5" because you were mentioning that to me.
6'6" with shoes on. Don't get 6'6".
6'79". Okay, I ain't trying to choose. I'm a man, so I mess with women. So you ain't got to tell me that no more. But everybody not that. So the other guys that's regular height, even guys that's shorter in stature, like
Uncle, how tall are you, brother? Sorry, how tall are you, brother?
Still 5'5", but you still can have your game.
And see, guys, Sir Ism's got a hopping affliction, you know. Sir Ism got a hopping affliction, man. That's where all that projection is coming from. But shout out to Sir Pookie, man. Shout out to Sir Pookie, man. Dude, funny, man.
About yourself and had you 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7 women, and had you more women than a brother that's 6'79" and got a woman 4'11" running him like he a puppy dog. So the height don't matter. See, it ain't about the size. It ain't about the car. It's about the nigga. You understand me? So what can you do to that woman's brain? So this is what I'm trying to say. They may need to do what we doing right here. Take Brother Allen, put it in your gumbo pot. Put some of your grandfather. Put some of Kosher Clinician. Put a little Uncle Sir Ism in your gumbo pot. Stir it up. You need your accolades, okay? You need to be, stately, well-dressed. You need to have your degrees and things, but don't let a woman play you. Still be smooth enough when you take the street game or whatever.
And I don't have no problem with that. I think Sir Pookie is right on that. He's right in part. I didn't disagree 100% of what the dude was saying. He makes some good points. You do need to be well-rounded in dealing with women. Don't let your education in itself be enough. But that comes with self-awareness. That comes from understanding and knowing if you are a conscious or an unconscious simp. And that's why these non-diagnostic consultations are so important, guys. But guys, do me a favor in the meantime. Get these likes up once again. The robot just tapped me on the shoulder. He said, Kosher, I got bills to pay. So guys, get the likes up. Get the likes up, guys. And also, guys, if you like what I'm doing, donate to Cash App $7 Smalls as we talk about the importance of macademics. I got a new term, macademics, because Sir Pookie said that educated men have analytics, but they don't have manalytics. So you guys tell me what y'all think. Hold tight.
I come from and still say, man, this woman playing with me. Hey, man, this woman is using me. Hey, this woman thinks that I'm just a trick. And then a trick could be a long-term lick. So this is where I'm trying to help you brothers. See, with your manalytics. See, now, Coach Clinician, I'm 6'5", I'm 6'6". He ain't got to say that. We can see it when he's standing there. I'm Sir Ism. We can see it when I'm standing here. But women like who they like. Let the woman choose. See, a lot of dudes are trying to choose the wrong woman, and then they get used. And then when they get used, and then they want to go to court, and now I hate child support. It's your child. Support it. See, you chose wrong, bro. Go ahead, make your life over and stand up as a man. Start off.
Yeah, and this is why I disagree with Sir Pookie. It's not the point of child support. And guys, that's what I'm talking about. Machiavellianism. Machiavellianism is tied to what you see many times now, Max, modern preachers, and Machiavellianism. And what Sir Pookie is actually displaying is Max and Machiavellianism, you know, using charisma and influence, but not understanding the importance of what he's actually saying. Yes, men are complicit in having children, but so are women. It's not that men don't want to take care of their kids. Men become upset when women use the courts against them, or more or less use that child as a power brooch or as a power tool to control and manipulate that man. That man decides to say he want to move on. But many don't understand that. They always make false assumptions and assume that men don't want to take care of their kids. And I'm here to tell you that there are some that are lazy that don't want to take care of their kids. But I would assume that by and large, many just want fairness in the courts. And many times they don't see that child as that man's and that woman's child and responsibility. But many times the man get a slap on the wrist. The woman get a slap on the wrist. If that man say he doesn't want a child and he tell that woman up front, that woman can still choose to have that baby, which in essence get that man on the hook. That's not fair, and that's not just or right. So it's a presumption that men don't want to take care of their kids. They don't understand how the court system works towards men and fairness and all of that. My logic is fairness and giving men equal say, equal rights. But sadly, the family court system is diametrically opposed to the advocation of men, and that's my problem. I'm not talking about these men that are reckless or irresponsible, but I'm talking about men that's trying to do the right thing, and that's why Machiavellianism and modern preachers make so much sense, because they don't understand how the negative impact of Machism and modern preachers and also Machiavellianism play a role on the psyche of men as it seeks to undermine instead of understanding.
Over, because as a man, you can start over at 50. Because I look good at 51. You understand me? Right. Yeah, at 5'5". And then you 6'5", and then we got Brother Allen, he got his style. But what I'm saying is a lot of brothers still crying at 40 years old on this damn black manosphere. They 50 years old and they red pill and they don't get no woman and they settling. It's not settling, it's where you at. That's your woman. That's what lead. Get a woman and be happy. She can help your life. You dudes are so wound up and you're yelling at all these women and all these women are wrong, but you need you a woman.
Yeah, and see, and that's what we don't understand neither. In the clinical world, guys, we talk about something called a catharsis. For so many years, what Sir Ism don't understand, men have not been given the right to speak. What you see men doing when they come on into these groups or these internet barbershops is that they're going through a catharsis. They're actually sharing their pain. They're sharing the evidence. And they're going through something called universality, the universality of brotherhood, where our struggles are the same. But it's a problem that when men speak, then you want them to be quiet and tell them to stop complaining, which is an insult and offense. Because as a therapist, it's almost like telling a person that their pain and their trauma doesn't matter. And so I got a problem with that, because people do have the right to emote. Am I saying you stay in that condition forever? No. But who am I to tell you how long you should deal with your trauma? That's very insensitive. Trauma, depending on the level of that trauma, sometimes can take years. Some people never get over the trauma that they've been through. So when people say get over it, well, damn it, you tell the people that have been through some things themselves to get over the trauma. But until you go through what another person's going through, it's best to shut up and try to have a level of empathy.
Kosher, you got a woman. Allen, you got a woman. Help these other red pill, quote unquote, brothers out. Get a woman, man, and handle your business. Colombia.
And what Sir Pookie don't understand, red pill just basically means, guys, to see things for what it is. That's all red pill mean. I just see it for what it is. And many times it's a byproduct of what's called an existentialist crisis. It's a byproduct of an existentialist crisis where men begin to see things for what it is. And that's how some men come to the red pill. When they have a crisis in their lives, they say, why am I dealing with what I'm dealing with? Why did this happen to me? So when they hear the stories of other men, they begin to emote and share. But as I said before earlier, people get mad when people go on killing sprees or shooting sprees or become involved in domestic violence. It's because they're ruminating their trauma. They've never had anybody to hear what they're dealing with or going through. But we always minimize the importance of men and masculinity and their struggles. But we wonder why men die off at an early age or why some are complicit in domestic issues. This is a place where you guys can talk freely and share your story and your pain, and where your cognitions or your experiences are not more or less under a microscope, that something's wrong with you. That's very insensitive to me, guys, to say the least. But hold tight, because Sir Pookie is trying to
Yugoslavia. Just get a woman, brother, and make it.
Well, I think that's where they're going at.
I ain't hating on the passport.
Brother Surism, I think that's where they're going at. They're going where they're celebrated, not tolerated. And, as a clinical therapist, it's called getting your needs met. Dr. William Glasser said that needs drive behaviors. And because of that, this is what they're doing. Hold tight.
I'm tired of America, so I'm hitting Richie on the net. I got the tickets, that's a bet. We need the link, my brother set it up. Damn, I didn't had enough. Ooh, I won't lie. Can I get a little shake with them fries? My skin tone is matching your eyes. Black men, we like them thighs. And baby, she can do it all. Your land is my land. Cut through.
Yeah, that's what they're doing, man. They're saving themselves, man. They ain't got time to deal.
You got married.
Hold tight, Surism. No, you know what, Surism? Yeah, some of them are getting used. I'm gonna be honest. Hold tight, but that does not invalidate the movement. They're getting used here in America too. One of the things I do as a therapist is teaching men how to uncover so that they can recover, so they can minimize the thinking errors that they.
And what some folks don't understand, even women that travel abroad are victims of the foreign hustle. Some of those women are getting used, but people assume that everybody that travel don't have any common sense. But some of those foreign sisters are getting used as well. Not foreign, but traveling women are getting used as well. They're either getting used for their bodies or they're getting used for green cards. I'm not saying that everybody that travels or go abroad to get a husband or wife is getting used, but it can happen. But we always default to the negative first. We always think about the worst case scenario, which in essence, to me, is a sign that people are projecting their own insecurities from their own pain or from their own ignorance. And that's why these conversations are so important, guys.
Used to allow women to manipulate them. But there is a better quality product abroad because the women are just raised different. They're just raised different. They're raised different. They're more feminine and all of that.
I've been over to Colombia. The broads are just better at disguising that they're whores.
I think it depends on where you go at. Listen,
in Colombia, kosher, they want the whole country is on a mindset is trick and hoe for the green card. Once you're an American, you got money. They feel you got money, whether you got $1,000 or $100,000, whether you got an AA degree or a PhD. You American. A lot of these guys go over there for trick and kosher. My point is this, Sir Isman, that's a myth. Okay. There are spots, like you said, in Medellin and Cartagena. You're correct, but the argument that many always use, some of the PUAs, and they use that same entire argument. Oh, they tricks and they just traveling for box. But I asked you the question earlier. Where was that same vitriol where black women were traveling for doing the same thing? Hold tight. But that's my point. So my logic is, why are men so preoccupied with what black men do with their phallus? I don't understand. I don't care what black men do. Whether they tricking or not, that's between them and God. I personally don't care. I don't care. I mean, if they want to trick, let them trick. I just want to stop saying that these women are so much better. If you go over there and pay
brother,
she's just better at being a better whore.
Listen, once again, you're
go to Medellin for $50. It's still a hoe.
Listen. Once again, you're right and wrong. You're right when it comes down to certain districts. You're correct. They are whores and they are better than masculine. I agree with you 1,000%. But if you castigate the whole movement and say that in all areas that that's true, that's a myth. It depends on where you're at. All women in those areas are not whores. Some of them, they're repelled when people assume that they're whores. But when people use the entire argument, they just want you for your money. Well, hell, they want you for your money here. When they say they want you for green cards, that's a myth. I got a friend with Dre with loves crossing borders. His wife is she's from Colombia. She's a very educated woman, and they are married. So it's a myth. It just depends on what part you go into. Just like in Brazil, if you go to resort areas, then you are going to run more into working girls. If you go into resort areas, but
Your friend Dre, how long did he vet that woman before he married her?
I don't know. I think they dated for a while. I don't know, but
Right.
they're
This
doing
is
well.
all I want you to tell the other brothers.
She's
Because if I
she's
tell
an
them,
educated.
they gonna tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. But if you say it, they'll be like, okay, kosher is a smooth brother. They'll listen. Like, brother, at least date the woman for a year, 2 years, vet the woman, then you should get married. But a lot of guys are going over there in 2 months, 3 months, and they only going over there for 5 days, 2 weeks, and they just saying the women are better. But that brother had a relationship.
Right. But that's
Yeah,
true.
I like that. Because
I do agree with you.
Sex is different than when, like, a prostitute.
I do agree with you that some mask, like all women mask. I always tell people this, Sir Ism, that women universal are the same everywhere you go. They're just acculturated differently. But women in foreign countries, by and large, are they're better. They're raised different. They're just because they have patriarchies in place. We don't have a patriarchy here in America. We don't have a patriarchy. So they either get down or they're gonna lay down, because femicide is real in Colombia. Femicide is real in Honduras. Femicide is real in those countries. So they have no other choice but to get down or lay down. And so it just depends on where you're at. But what I get, Sir Isms, is this, is that people tend to overgeneralize and assume that every man that travel is tricking, that he's a lame, he can't get women here in America.
What percentage would you say? And they do have some patriarchies still left. Because when I grew up as a kid, I grew up, I guess I'm Gen X, okay? I seen when on my block, when my grandmother and my grandfather, they came from Arkansas, they came to Cali, and Brother Jones, Brother Smith, Brother James, and they all had fathers. Then the crack era came and it changed. So some patriarchies are still out there, like you know what I'm saying? So if your daughter, your grandkid come over and a friend of his, he be like, man, your granddad, you don't know the power you have on kids that's not even your children. Be like, man, your grandfather used to dress nice. He used to be stately. His Cadillac was clean, or whatever kind of car. The little imprints that you put on brothers. When I came up, man, in like the 70s, in the 80s, it all changed. And now the women are like taking over, but we need more men. And just to tell these brothers, hey, man, the women are going to try to do this. They're going to try to trick you. But if you can find one diamond in the rough, you might got something, because they come from that kind of background. But don't just go over there and just say these women are better because you from New York. Maybe you should talk to a woman in the South. You from California. Maybe you should talk to a woman on the East Coast instead of having to go way to Colombia and just like these women are better. I think a lot of guys just be choosing wrong, and they want Nicki Minaj, but Nicki Minaj don't want to be a wife. Kosher?
Listen, there's some truth to what you're saying. There's some truth, but I think it's convoluted truth. Once again, by and large, I stand firm on. I do think women abroad overall, because of how they've been conditioned, are better. They're better because they've been conditioned to be better. There was a time when black women in America were better because they were conditioned to be better, but because of aversive policies like feminism, liberal indoctrination, and a myriad of other things, they choose not to be better because men have low standards. Hold tight, let me finish. I'm gonna rock with you. I'm gonna let you rock. Because they choose not to, because they have low standards. They're raised in single parent homes. See, Sir Ism, you and I remember a time when homes were intact. You and I grew up in a generation where there was more unbreakable, like they said. You had George and Weezy. We grew up in that generation where the community was more intact. You had more strong masculine men. But after that, man, it's gotten worse. This generation of men haven't seen that. They haven't seen it. So they defer their power by dealing with women here in America that are weak, they don't believe in serving their men, and so they just settle for mediocrity. So it just depends on where you're at and how you were raised. We remember when, but the generation coming up, they've never seen it. They've been raised by their moms, with 80% of children raised in single parent homes. So I would say the women, they are better because they're forced to be better, and they fight for their men. They don't have policies like feminism and feminism and all these liberal policies that give them power. As Frederick Douglass said, he said the power never conceded to anything without a struggle. It never have and never will. They have power, so they don't have a reason to fall in line. But see, in the other countries, those women don't have social policies and the law on their side. So they fight for their men because it's a matter of survival. Something our women did when under Reconstruction and under Jim Crowism. They had to fight for their men because they needed to survive. They don't need us to survive. So when men say the women are better, they are damn better. They're superior. They work out. They even listen. I'm gonna share something with you, sir. I heard a man tell me, he said that the foreign whore is better than the American woman. Hear me. She's better because of how she's been conditioned. Give an example. They say if you get an American horse, she got an attitude, she want to rush you. But they said with the foreign horse, she'll be nice to you.
No.
Just hear me. They said with the foreign whore, she's a whore, but the way she's been raised to show you, to give you the girlfriend experience. Even if it is fake, even if it is fake, she at least knows how to be fake. But with some American women, they don't even do that. They got attitudes. Even after you paid the bill, they tell you to hurry up and come on. I got things to do. Hold tight, sir.
Hey,
Top Gun said. Let me read the super chat. Top Gun said, "Who hurt this dude?" Top Gun.
No, ain't nobody hurt me, Top Gun.
He said, "Who hurt this dude?"
I'm a small cold Mac, Top Gun.
And James Turner said, "Hello, coach. Hello to the chat. All I can say when you don't know what you do."
Okay, bro. Salute to you, brother James.
That's a deal, right?
All right. But listen, sir, man, I appreciate you, Papa Dude, man. I'm about to get off, man, and I check this game out, man.
Salute to Brother James and salute to that brother. What I'm saying is, what it is it's a lack of pimping, though, man. See, a real P in America have his bitch together, so she gonna serve you right. But see, all them little dudes that be standing in the alleyways, those are them women pimps. Okay, so y'all think ain't no pimping and pimping don't exist? Oh, pimping gonna always exist because of thirsty tricks. So when you dudes go over there and be thirsty tricking, gorilla simping, and y'all do that, go ahead, man. I know you married, dude. Now, if you married, get your rocks off. I know your woman got you on pussy punishment and you know what I mean, and dick time out and all that, and you can't do nothing, and you mad you married the wrong woman. You got to go overseas and get your rocks off. Now, y'all go on over there. But for my younger brothers, man, it's not good to be tricking at 22 and 23 because you get a trick sex, a girlfriend experience. Why not go on ahead and get you a real girlfriend and experience a real woman, okay? But you're trying to get that dime, and that's just a look, because a 10 could have a stanky box. She could have a stanky attitude. A 10 is a woman that attends to your business. That's a bad bitch. Whether she a 5
Hey, sorry, do me a favor, brother, because sorry, I don't mind you talking. I don't mind you rocking, but because the algorithm, please reduce the profanity, man.
Excuse me. But I just want them to put some emphasis, because everybody think Brittany Renner is the 10, the look. See, the beauty is in the duty, brother. Y'all brothers just ain't had no big butt women. Y'all got to go over there and get your rocks off. Go on ahead. I'm past y'all, man. I done got my little 10,000 rocks off. I done live life. So y'all go over there, trick off on them women, then come back. But stop trying to pick these dimes, these Lottos, these Little Kims, these Nicki Minaj's. They don't like you niggas.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Foreign women, by and large, they put Nicki Minaj and Meg Thee Stallion to shame.
Kosher, why you saying all this? Where your wife at? She hear all this.
Listen, I was in Brazil. I was in the movie.
What was you doing in Brazil, Kosher?
I was in the movie. Hold tight. This is why men are frustrated, bro. And then I'm gonna sign off, man. Hold tight. Yeah, you're gonna see it, man, because I'm a celebrity. But
the movie Frustrated. Oh, I seen that, brother. Yeah, I've been watching from afar. I think I seen the brother.
Hold tight. No,
they didn't want to play it on BET, that movie?
No, not that. Hold tight. Let me find it real quick. Then we can sign off, man. Hold tight. Let me see if I can find it. I got to find that clip.
I want to pull it up. This was a good conversation, Kosher. And I like that you let me spit and everybody don't just like cut you off and make it an echo chamber.
No. I try to hear truth in all things, bro. Hold tight.
When you date a woman and she may be a potential wife, it's a competition thing all the way. I can't take it no more.
They feel propped up because they feel more beholden to the government. And then their man comes second. That's why they figure that they're strong, independent, don't need no man, because they have the government.
Because the men are failing us, to be honest. Guys thinking about themselves, and they'll think about you after you react.
You don't hear anything about being good wives and all this other stuff. What you hear is you're strong and you independent. You can do it on your own. You got black girl magic, black girl walk, but you ain't said nothing about black family.
My mother is like what they consider to be the strong black woman. I feel like I projected that onto the guys that I dated.
Ladies have no idea how stiff their competition really is. You have no clue how black men are viewed in the rest of the world. We are the #1 most sexually desired man on the face of this planet.
They would call Jesus Dusty if he was here living in America, because of the gross narcissism that a lot of our women have. I think Sir-ism's popped off, and that's okay. But I think Sir-ism's one that push his agenda about don't be a simp and macking. I don't believe in macking. I don't believe men should waste their time with that foolishness. Shout out to a man, Top Gun. He said, "Is this a stab spokesman as well?" I don't know, man. But shout out to Sir-ism, man. I think Sir-ism is pushing that macking agenda. I don't believe in macking, not for this crap here in America. But anyway, guys, this has been a good one. I'm about to sign off, man. It's 11 o'clock in the greatest state in the union, the Tar Heel State. Guys, thank you guys for tuning in, man. I wanted to do this show for the Blue Collar Brothers. I want to tell you guys that you guys are appreciated because I was a blue collar brother before I became a white collar brother. And I just want to tell you guys to keep grinding, man. Don't limit yourself. Don't worry about folks talking about you traveling or whatever. Whatever you do when you travel is between you and God. And don't worry about that. White men have been traveling for years, and so should you. So it's been another good one, guys. I love you, brothers. About to sign off and look at a little bit of this game. And guys, do me a favor before you sign off. This robot been texting me. He said, "Look, I need y'all to get them likes up." So guys, go feed the algorithm. All right, guys, we signing off. It's been a good one. And remember this, if it ain't 7, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, it ain't right. Signing off.
Pain. I've been there. Locked up inside my head. Broken from fear, illusions, disappointment, and hopelessness. Who heard me in my silence, where being a man means nothing? Despair. I've been there too. Desperately seeking answers for the questions associated with manhood. Hills and valleys, too bleak to compare. Stress. Suffering in a utility silo. No comfort, no security. No freedom, no justice. Just do it for others. Challenges. Who will help me break the challenges? Lost in the vortex of darkness, hopelessness, fear, and abandonment. I've been there too. I've been there too. Take the next step to your destiny. Join me in this fight. Walk forward. Deep breaths. Head held high, men. Come join me, men, in the winds of time. Stories, hopes, visions, purified in the fire. I'm not a superhero. And I'm not the Reverend Knight. I'm here to help you. Join me, men, in this fight. Break the chains of your mind. Let's do it now. For now is all we have. Fire for your mind. The Kosher Clinician.
All right, guys, thank you. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the show. And tonight, We're going to be signing off in a minute, guys, but I want you guys to let this one marinate. Was Pookie Mac right? Are educated men lames and simps? You guys tell me what you think as we're about to sign off. As this has been another classic from the Manhood Chronicles, guys. Tuning in and more or less trying to explore this topic, this concept. No smoke for Pookie Mac. He's a funny dude. I don't agree with all his positions, but you guys tell me what y'all think about Pookie Mac and Passport Simping. Be well. Fire for your mind. The Kosher Clinician. Fire for your mind. The Kosher Clinician.